Good afternoon. Hello, Yolanda. How are you today?
Not bad. Oh, like that, I didn't expect it.
There we started already. It's okay. Don't be nervous. Just say the truth and the way you're feeling. This is just every week we do a little record of your progress, how you're going, and in the video we can see maybe if you're getting worse or better and that type of thing. So it's good.
Well, today I'm perfect actually.
Feeling good? Okay.
Yeah.
So how was it the week before you came here? How were you feeling?
I had lots of pain, and it's like I was down. Like physically, I was down.
You were down. Physically and a little mentally, maybe?
Mentally, not really.
I was surprised because we booked a flight and they didn't let you on the plane.
Yeah.
That was a big disappointment.
4
Yes.
days, yeah, but still.
But we managed to book another plane in a couple of days and got you on the next available flight.
And twice this was the most that I was worried about.
The flight was very hard, yes?
No, yeah, well, it was painful.
Painful. And also what we learned at the moment with the thing going on around the world, I won't say the word because I don't want my videos be registered. But when you fly at this moment, we're in August, when you fly at this moment, there's no food on the plane. Maybe a little drink, but no food. And we didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know.
And so Yolanda flew all the day, no food, and then got up in the morning to have a port fitted, surgery.
No food again.
Which she was very nervous about. The port, you had some friends have problems in other countries or something, yes?
Yeah.
So she was very scared for the port, but how was that experience? No, the actual port, how does it feel after?
No, it's fine.
And the surgeon was good?
Yeah, it was good. Just, I wouldn't I don't wish to get again.
Yes, because not only the procedure, but
the timing of
yes,
waiting.
So no food on the flight, and then the surgery was booked in at 12, but they didn't do it till 6 o'clock at night or late in the afternoon, so all day no food, so
and
it's
then when I came
extremely
here, it
hard.
was like 10 o'clock at night or something.
Yeah, so you arrived very late, then you got to meet all of the staff. How do you find my staff? And be honest, any you don't like?
No, they're all fine.
They're all good?
Yeah.
And you have a nurse with you, and my daughter stays at night.
Yeah.
Does my daughter talk too much?
No?
No,
she's okay.
she's my little gem. Everybody knows Maluli. And so you had your first night here, and then you came here. We had what we call induction, where you meet the staff and you have a full evaluation. How was the full checkup?
Yeah, it was okay.
It was good. It was 2 hours. It's long, but they check everything. Yes, from your big toe to your head, with sound things and movement and everything. They check your hair.
Yeah.
Do a live blood analysis. ECG, so you had all that done, and you survived it?
Yeah, that was not bad, like you compare with before. Yeah.
Did you ever have an examination that full before with another doctor?
Not really.
No. It's all about prevention.
And yesterday he studied my x-rays there.
Yes, he reviewed all of them.
But the thing is, this now is different because after that I got the radiation.
Yes.
So now I don't know. Like the last picture that is x-ray, you can see that I have the left lung damaged with because
Radiation.
of the radiation.
Yeah.
But he said that I have still cancer on the lung.
The doctor thinks it may be scar tissue. You can't actually tell without a biopsy.
Because
so we're gonna, if that's the case, we're gonna do some things to make sure we're attacking that. So what's important when you bring your scans, that we find every location that there's a problem, so we can do injections in the area, or in the case in this with the lung, the doctors told Yolanda that it was all clear in the lung.
Yeah, that is.
But there's obviously some scar tissue or something there, so we will
and
do.
here I have still. This one I know. How you call it? Medial.
Well, in the center bone here.
Like that. It's not the bone. It's that pipe.
The esophagus.
Yeah. I think. I don't
Oh, you
know.
have a little bit on the esophagus.
Well, I had 1 meter and something bone.
Okay.
But now it's shrinks like this.
Okay, so it's good that it's shrinking, and we will monitor that. So that may even be able to be seen with an ultrasound, which we can do
Oh, I see.
every 14
And
days.
this
We can check
doesn't.
that.
I don't have pain.
Okay.
The worst part is on the back.
Yeah. So arrival good. The motel. What was the motel like? Good.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah.
I can't ask you what breakfast was like because you weren't allowed to eat.
Yeah, it was
But anyway, we now know when people come here, they have to have a blood test in the hospital before surgery. So It's just part of the new procedures we weren't told
Because
about.
of,
So that causes a 3 to 4 hour delay before surgery can start. So that's what caused the delay. The good thing is we know it now, and Yolanda was strong enough to survive that first
I
day,
did.
meet the staff, had a good night's sleep. Your apartment, what is your apartment like?
Oh, it's bigger than my house actually.
The apartment's bigger than your house? It's a nice little, I would call it a nice, but I'm a giant, yes?
Yeah.
I would call it a nice little apartment. It's got a nice, it's brand new, it's got a beautiful kitchen. 2 bedroom or 3 bedroom?
3.
3?
3 bedroom?
I didn't see the third one.
Okay, so if any family wants to visit, there's room for you here.
Well, they can sleep in my place. Because it's like you have the big bed and then you have the couch that you can...
So you want your family to sleep in your bed too?
No, not really.
If they move, might cause some pain, but okay, so that's the beginning. Then the first day was easy, then you had me giving you all of those injections. I don't know, we done 10 to 20
In the
injections,
beginning,
GCMAF, all over your body, yes?
Yeah, in the beginning.
And you were so scared of the injections. Tell me, how was that?
It's not scary, it's just I don't like needles.
And you used to be a dental technician.
Yeah, that is different.
When you're giving the needle, it's not a problem.
No, I never give.
But
because
truthfully,
then-
you don't. Most people don't hardly feel my needles. I'm very.
No,
I
it's
move
no,
so quickly,
No, like I went through worse than that.
but you don't alter anything, so that's good.
Yeah, a couple of times.
I had one client recently. Ow! But he's the only one out of 10 that ever had felt my needles. I'm so surprised. So I got the doctor to do them, and the next time I come in, he said, "Pablo, please do the needles
Oh,
for me."
yeah. He saw the difference.
Yes, so I'm happy to change if you want the doctor to do it.
No,
So that
he
is
has
good.
to see five times, you said.
Yeah, he has to watch me 5
Yeah.
times. He's a trainee doctor.
Before he can talk.
So we put the port needle in, and you said you didn't even feel that going in.
A little bit, I feel, but that is not.
It's nothing, yeah. And the good thing is you don't have a needle every day, so
Yeah.
that's the first time you actually saw one of them being used, yes.
Yeah, that I never see like this.
And
Usually they come here.
and no ongoing pain or no feeling of that.
No, because it's that side that it's everything painful, so I have
That
no
was the
clue.
painful side, so
Yeah,
it
so
didn't
I-
add any pain.
Well, it's heavy. It's everything was heavy.
Yeah.
So I didn't know it's from here or from
So when you arrived, your pain, I would say, was 10 out of 10. You need to go to
10.
hospital, and I think you were 8 to 9. Yes.
Oh, was that?
Yeah,
Because I couldn't even talk to you.
Yeah, you
because I
didn't want a
feel-
couple more days.
Yeah, because it was so painful that I said, what kind of company? I cannot even talk. I cannot even
Yeah.
concentrate.
So that was the arriving on the plane for the first 24 hours, and then the second day, third day, fourth day,
Yeah, then it's
the
everything-
pain slowly came down.
Yeah. that's
And
true.
today, how much pain?
Right now, after we do injection, nothing.
No.
The first time after 4 months, I don't feel nothing.
You're pain free,
Completely. And
so
it's
we can
like-
go disco dancing.
Right now, yeah, but I don't know how it will be after a couple of hours.
Yes, well, that's good that you don't have any pain. You had 2 to 3 IVs every day, and any side effect you're feeling from them?
No.
Okay.
No, today, like today, I think I feel more warm. I don't know, maybe the weather, but yeah.
Yeah, your blood count, the only thing, there was a few little things out in your blood count when you arrived, and we're correcting all of them. So you were feeling a little cold, which is unusual here, but it has been cold, I'll admit. When the hurricane happened in Florida,
Yeah,
it
so-
changed the weather a little bit here, and we had like a cool breezes coming in. And 12.
And then we have to wait there more than half an hour. Then they let us for COVID-19.
Okay,
Then I said
did
to
they do a
them-
test in the airport?
No.
No test in the airport.
They ask the questions and I give that.
You give the paper I gave you, which says that you're coming here for medical treatment,
And
that
they
you had COVID test, which you had a copy of,
Yeah,
and you had no sign of any virus or anything.
And
so
then you go through the other door and another guy there.
checking your temperature and
And yeah, they did it. And they ask where I was staying and how long.
yes, and you had all that information on that paper, so very easy. And we done it in English and Spanish to avoid any confusion. Okay, so now you're day 7 here, 7 days.
Yeah, they did.
It's a long way to come with a strange man that you never met before. Tell me what your thoughts were before. You came here, you were obviously nervous. Your main concern was arriving. I remember you said to me, your main concern is arriving all by yourself at the airport and nobody's there.
Well, because I don't speak Spanish.
See, and so that worry was gone. Once you saw me, you go, wow, because I was a little bigger than you thought. Yes.
Yeah, it was like way bigger.
Way bigger. and
No, bigger, taller.
Okay, and you've been here 7 days. So tell me, if somebody was to ask you what you thought of Atlantis Salute, is it a real company? Are they real people? All of those things. What were your preconceptions to now? Have we lived up to your expectations?
Well, when I saw your website there, I kind of trusted already, but then one day here, it's
Yeah.
right.
Doctor's good.
Yeah.
You're putting up with my silly jokes.
Yeah.
And all the nurses is good. So
Yeah,
I thank you for just letting people know, because everyone is nervous coming such a long way. And tell me what you think of the view out here.
The view is beautiful, really.
You know what we saw yesterday? Whales.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a mother and a calf beside the whale gave birth about 4 kilometers further along the beach.
What kind of a whale they are?
They're humpback whales.
Oh, humpback.
You only see their back going in and out, similar to a dolphin.
Okay.
But after they give birth, they jump and excited. The mother is excited, and all you see in the distance is splashing, and that means that there's been another birth. So they have trips out here.
Yeah, here is beautiful place.
And it's been overcast for the last week, but you've seen some beautiful sunny days as well, yes? So you're getting a good mix of the weather. So thank you for coming to us. We start some more intensive treatment next week.
Okay.
Your first week you've done well.
Yes,
And it's a pleasure to have you. You're smiling all the time. You're such a positive person. A little about your journey. You started this, how long ago?
Two years ago, 2018.
2 years ago you had a hip pain?
Yeah, like I needed the hip replacement, so I went there to do the X-ray. But the doctor, he said, oh, for a long time now I'm too old. So really, I need the.
You're too old for the hip replacement?
No. They will do the lung X-ray too. I said, okay, I shouldn't say.
And then they found the problem in the lung.
And then she forgot about hip. She said, oh, nobody will take you for the hip.
And you still need the hip done.
Oh, still, yeah.
It's a big problem. But you had cancer in the hip area too, yes?
Yeah, that I didn't know.
And you got a couple of holes in that area, so that makes it, if that is still active, nobody will touch it.
That was not that time. There was nothing there, because when they do the X-ray, it was just the.
So they could have done that to get it to make your life much easier, yes? Yeah. The reason you're in a wheelchair is not because of the spine cancer.
Because of my hip.
Yeah, the neck and the upper spine is very bad. A lot of cancer, but I can honestly say in the first week with vitamin B17 and GCMAF, the swelling has gone down, and so you've noticed a reduction in pain, and it doesn't look as aggressive when it was like each vertebrae was sticking out quite aggressive, and now it's
more.
It looks a lot better. It looked very bruised on the back, and the color is changing and improving. So the nutrition and the boosting your immune system is starting healing in that. Praise the Lord, that's what it looks like. And next week the therapy that we get really good results with bone cancer, we're going to start. So again,
so we'll go.
I know you don't have faith, but I have enough faith for both of us. So we're relying on the man upstairs to guide me and to keep you strong and to get a result. So thank you for doing this little.
And for the lungs, we will do
GCMAF. What we will start to do, because the doctor's seeing some scar tissue. I would say it's scar tissue.
Yeah, because before it was 7 centimeters.
Was big.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will do nebulizing of GCMAF to get some in there. But with you've seen how much I'm giving you, yes?
Yeah, it's like.
The recommended dose is this much of a syringe.
Wow.
For most diseases, and half a syringe for cancer. And the first day you had 12 full syringes, and
I survived.
The next day you had 2 days later you had 15 half ones, and last time you had 6 full ones. And I think I called for an extra one because you had.
For my hip.
Yeah, we done an extra one in the. We done the hip, but we done extra in the hip this time, just to make sure we're tackling. What we've learned is wherever we inject, while we're also doing the IV, so it's a combination, that area heals very, very quickly. In fact, we've had some spine cancer disappear in 6 weeks. We didn't do 100 people to say, hey, here's an accurate result, everyone will get rid of it in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It's impossible, but we have had results in 6 weeks. So we always spend the first week making sure the customer is strong, them getting to know us, we get to know them, and to boost the immune system. And anything that is not good in the blood, liver function, kidney function, anemic, any of those things, we spend the first week getting all of that fixed, and the person feeling strong, ready for the next stage. Which again, the person usually doesn't feel any side effects or any issues with it. So, all good. So I thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much for sharing this live video with us. And again, when it's your turn, give us a call. We'll see if we can help you. Bye for now. Look at this walking.
Yeah.
There's 3 days now. After how long you didn't walk?
1 year.
1 year no walking. We're in the
end of July, I fell and I didn't walk till now.
from the neck surgery. No, from the hip,
Fractured hip.
the fractured hip when you fell.
Yeah.
So you went in for a hip surgery. They discovered you
August, yeah.
you
In
had
the end of
cancer,
the-
so you didn't get a hip replacement. So the reason you got the walker is because of that.
Yeah, before I took it from Slovenia. I went back to Slovenia and I got it. In Canada, they didn't give it to me.
So what happened? So what did you have in Canada?
Oh, I have the surgery.
Surgery.
This one and plus on the back. But they didn't give it to me this.
Oh, nothing to walk with. And the neck brace was at the same time or separate?
Separate.
of
1
course.
month later.
1 month. 1 month later.
1 month, yeah, because they didn't figure. I didn't know that I have broken back too.
And the pain in your shoulder was
No, it was nothing.
nothing. When did the pain in the shoulder start?
Oh, was in this year, June.
June.
May.
And when you arrived here, what was the pain in the shoulder? The number was out of 10?
Was like more than 10.
Was that the one that was 100 out of 10?
Yeah.
That was giving you all the problem, yeah?
Yeah, that was I said, whoa, I cannot stand like that.
And now there's no pain in the morning and nighttime a little.
Yeah, nighttime sleeping, I didn't feel nothing.
Okay, so
Before
just-
I go to sleep, yeah, I take the tablet, so
So we started a special massage in that area, pain massage, GSMEF injections on the shoulder. You're overdosing in GSMEF. I mean,
you really?
you're well,
Yeah.
one dose is 0.2 of a mil.
Okay.
We're giving you 6 full mil complete. So each one is 10 times a dose, and you're having
Plus in Malay too.
600 times plus then
Yeah.
you're nebulizing. And a lot of people say, why do I do that? Because if somebody's got a lot of cancer, it's giving off a lot of nagalase. It's giving off a lot of the chemical to stop your microphage. We need to overcome that. So that's why we do it. That's the logic behind it. There's no side effects in giving more, and the results are in 3 months. We pray we get the same with you that we did with others, that it helped with the high pH dissolving the cancer, the microphage move into the area and start to eat the cancer, because they know something's going on. They know there's breakdown happening. So they're the front line of your total immune system. You heard people with cancer often get infections and they get really sick because their microphage are asleep. So the GSMEF makes more microphage and wakes them up. And because that chemical is still trying to put them to sleep, we need to overcome that. That's why I prefer to overdose than underdose and not get a result. So that is the logic behind that. So thank you for sharing your story. I'm excited that you're walking around now. You take your neck brace off while you're having the IV now to strengthen your neck muscles.
Even upstairs. Yesterday I went to sleep without, and that was bad. Because in the morning I said, whoa.
Oh, you had a sore neck. You probably shouldn't do that, but it's good while you're sitting still to strengthen your neck muscles, because otherwise they're never being used. So
But I couldn't put straight, really backwards, the neck.
the neck, it's changed from the
Straight
surgery.
closer down, yeah.
And you didn't know because you never took the neck brace off. So
That and I never walk. Now
Yeah.
I walk and the head is
well, I
down.
see you walking. We have 2 stairs in the entrance. I see we used to lift the wheelchair up that, but now you're walking up the
Yeah,
stairs
now
as well.
I start what, it's Friday?
So what? Joe's not going to be able to keep up with you when you get home. Yes,
Okay,
you're going to have to do the shopping.
yeah.
You're going to have to do all those things now because you're so strong.
Oh, I see that. I don't think so. It'll be that dangerous.
Not for a while. Okay, thank you for sharing the story. Have a great day, and good luck with your next bag of high pH therapy.
I will need the help.
Yeah.
The luck.
Bye for now. What is today? Today is the Saturday the 29th, and Yolanda's been here for, this is the
Just 1 month.
third week, yes?
Yeah.
3 weeks of actual treatment, 3 days and then 4 days off, and then 2 weeks every day an IV, yes?
Yeah, that was fun.
And every 3 days injections in all the areas where she has some challenges, which is all the way down the spine and in the hip. And you're right, and the pain was, I think you said 100 out of 10.
Yeah, yeah.
Was a little bit bad, yes?
It's really bad, yeah.
And how's things changed? Tell us.
It's way better now. It's like,
What?
it's almost, I wouldn't say that it's pain. If
No
you
pain.
compare with that, but yeah, that was
And you're also on pain, a lot of pain medicine in the beginning. Now you only
Yeah.
have one pain medicine
A
going
day.
to bed,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's good. The other thing, I was excited when you told me that you, everyone said you're going to dance, but you said you feel like your spine's free.
Yeah, it's free now. Yeah, I can move. Before I didn't feel it, like half of my back I didn't feel at all.
And it sort of
It was
moved
heavy.
solid together, was,
Yeah, yeah.
was
And
stuck
it was
together,
like
but
really heavy.
presumably like the cancer's joint or inflammation, whatever is joined her spine together. What I observed from the outside, and we have some images which we'll put below for you to look at, it was similar to like I'm trying to think of the right word, similar to you'll have to cut this little bit out because I can't think of what I'm trying to say. Similar to a dinosaur, lump sticking along the spine. So every vertebrae had a little lump, like a bump there. And in 2 days we noticed some of them disappear. And in 3 days, sorry, at the end of the full week, we noticed some major changes, and now they're all this. You can see the screws in 2 or 3 of them, but you can't see a round lump over them anymore. So the good news is we don't really know if that's the cancer disappearing, but what we know is you're certainly feeling good.
Yeah, and at night too, before I was always wet, I would wake up in the morning like
Sweating,
and now I don't.
none of that problem.
No.
Eating good.
Yeah, too much.
Too much, yeah. Well, we have a problem with the food, and that is
It's too much food.
you like the food and you're getting
Yeah,
too much.
I love it.
And Yolanda's put on
1 kilo already.
1 kilo in 2 weeks. So it is
Can you imagine?
the high pH used to have some challenges of people not being able to eat and losing weight, but we've refined it over the last 10 years, especially the last 4 or 5 years. I got the formula. I often you hear me talking about 20 minerals, but there's closer to 30 something minerals. And the good news is the formula doesn't affect her anymore. So she's doing really well. We're excited. This is the first stage ended, and we have another week off, and then 2 weeks, week off, 2 weeks. So we're going to do a video with the progress as time goes on. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Yolanda, for sharing your story with us. And we'll take a couple of photos and update people every week. So bye for now. Just here so I can read it. Okay.
I'm ready.
How you feeling?
For now.
Okay, so when was it? Yesterday you had a CT scan.
Yeah.
It was a long day.
That was,
And a couple of weeks ago you had an X-ray.
mm-hmm.
And before you came here, there was maybe tumors in the lung. But when you arrived here, the doctor suspected on the scan was a tumor in the lung, yes?
Mm-hmm, yeah, from the back here.
Yeah. You had all big operation down your back. You had crocodile teeth.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Jolene,
Yes.
I thought you were supporting this moment.
Is it okay or shall I?
No,
It's okay. Okay. Sorry.
Jolene is a new patient that arrived today for a wellness program. And so she
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
we become family when we're here together. We laugh together a lot. We cry together sometimes, but we didn't cry.
Not yet.
So I'm getting your scans redone.
Redone.
No rescan, but reread.
What does that mean?
Well, it means that the man upstairs done a miracle and they can't find anything wrong with you.
Oh, I see. Okay, you see. So that is good news. So what is bad news now?
Okay, you have a little bleeding in the brain.
Yeah, that could be.
You had that before, yes?
I have a brain damage.
All the laughing.
Yeah.
But according to the scan results, and we're getting a second opinion, you're cancer-free today.
No, perfect.
The lung is cancer-free, all your bones are cancer-free, but on your right leg, you have what looks like a fracture.
A right one.
Yeah.
Whoa, where?
Well, that's right. You haven't had a fall or anything. So that's the heel fracture on there you didn't know about. When your bones are very fragile, it's easy, but in that one, should cause a lot of pain, and you didn't have pain. You don't have pain when I touch it.
Yeah.
On the other one you done, unless you were upside down when they done the scan and he mixed your left and right legs.
Oh, that could be too.
I don't know. I don't know. But I think it's, I didn't want you to wait 24 hours. I don't trust the result until somebody else reads it. So I'm getting another opinion. But at this moment,
We're going to put on
it's
some
a little,
polka, some Slovenian polka.
it's a little exciting.
Oh, it's a lot exciting.
What my shoulder? It doesn't show
Didn't
up.
find anything, so the doctor's taking the scans to get somebody else to look. So it may be just muscle strain, but they're going to get, like I said, I'm getting a second opinion because I like to be very positive before I talk to somebody. But I know today that you were disappointed when you weren't going to hear today what is the result. So I decided to come up and share. The doctor stayed back an hour to review it all, and nothing there, nothing there. According to the report, I said, no, but there's a scar tissue or something in the lung. No.
No.
A little bit of fluid that
Yeah.
may be a side effect of the treatment, or maybe an infection in the lung.
Oh, I see.
So we will look at the blood and evaluate that. But at this moment, the doctor said it doesn't appear that you have any cancer left, that you have some bleeding, that is active bleeding in the brain.
Active, but I don't have headache now.
You have no symptoms of that. Tomorrow we're going to check your coagulant and see if there's anything needed to address that.
Okay.
But at the moment it's all good. He thinks you're fit enough to have the hips done, so we're going to continue to investigate the possibility of surgery if you like that, to go home a new woman so you can kick your husband in the backside and jump up and give him a big cuddle, whatever you choose. Yes, and so I would like you to continue to take your brace off your neck for at least an hour a day. Because of this good news and this, I would like you not to have IV tomorrow for safety reasons.
Okay.
But you can still come down and do the other therapies,
Like
because we don't take our foot off this thing for 3 months from the day you're cured to keep it away. So you come down tomorrow, you can do the magnetic pulse,
Okay.
all the other things, but no IV tomorrow, so no needle tomorrow. Little bit happy and excited.
Yeah,
Um,
well, that doesn't hurt anyway.
No.
IV.
No, but
yes,
having the news of your long battle is a little bit exciting. That
Yeah, sure. After 2 years, it's at least some good news.
good news. So the only reason you're cured, of course, is nothing to do with me. It's because your husband and the team at home are praying for you and doing prayers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure that
Yeah, I believe
I'm
that.
sure that is the reason, because God is powerful and He's the healer. So tell them to
I
keep
know,
the
but
prayers
I don't
up.
believe in that, so
Well, that's fine. You don't have to believe. You don't.
What
You,
they said to me because of me, it didn't work before.
well,
They were wrong.
well-
They're not right. They didn't tell you the truth.
well, I stirred in laughter therapy, and I think that's important. And that, with their prayers and our love, we managed to win a gold medal for you. So
Thank you.
um,
I'm so excited. I'm just going to cry.
it's just
I'm going
really
to cry. I'm crying. I'm so happy.
it's good to share some positive news. So I wanted to come up and tell you straight away. If I was definite and positive, it was bad news, I still would have come up and spoken to
tell
you.
you. Sure, if the truth
Um,
is truth, it doesn't matter.
But I didn't think the
Maybe
doctor would have
priest.
time. I didn't think the doctor would have time to look at it today, and I wanted him to look carefully. But he said, no, according to this specialist, there's nothing. He's going, I said, can you please get another person to take, so he's taken the scans to get another opinion from an expert person.
That was Dr. Caesar?
Yeah, and he will come back next week with the result of that. So that is the news I have from.
Cancer researcher, Dr. Pablo has spent years researching the research on cancer therapies. Many specialists are using one alternative therapy or another, when traditional therapies have failed. Vitamin B17 and vitamin C in high doses are common. Microphage activating factor, autoimmunotherapy is available, but not internationally. High pH therapy is exclusively available at Atlantis Health Retreat. We combine the above and more when designing your personalized program. We then add hyperbaric oxygen, detoxing and relaxation massages, and a whole lot more. The best way to explain this program is 2 + 2 in this case equals 10 out of 10. We understand time is always of the essence, and have a philosophy to leave no stone unturned. Go to our website link below to learn more. Exclusively available at Atlantis Health Retreat.
Dr. Pablo, hope you're having a wonderful day. Sunday today. And most Sundays I'll be online to give a little short educational talk. And during the week I'll try to post a webinar on a different therapy, how they work, the science behind them, and so on. I hope you caught the last one. I'll leave a link up the top here for you to click, and that'll also be linked at the end of the video, because it's most important video I've ever done going into the science of high pH therapy. I think it's extremely important. Today on the website, live for 7 days only, there's a free download, so you can get an ebook. You don't have to register your email or anything. We'd like you to do that so we can let you know when the webinar's on. But there's a free download. Just click on the link top of the page. Let me see, I'll find it here. I think I've got it here. It'll pop up. Here it is here. So right there in the corner, free download, just above contact us. I've put it on an angle so it stands out. It's not an error. It stands out. And there's that video there. I can't get it all in the screen, but there's the video there that I done last week. And it's a must-see on the website. I don't think anybody should miss that important video. It's also on our YouTube page, so don't forget to go to our YouTube page to see both live streams. And if you click to register on there and click the bell button, you'll get notified every time I'm uploading a video or doing a video live. And so if you really want to be educated, that's the place to be. And just some fun health tips, you'll find me on Twitter at Atlantis Health Retreat. That's enough promoting now. Let's get on to today's video, and it's very, very important. It's a summary. It's a summary of, oh, I've been diagnosed with cancer. What do I need to do? What do I need to know about? Well, firstly, relax. It's frightening and scary, so just come to grips with that. Depends on your diagnosis. Some of you maybe need to put things in order. There are a lot of people late diagnosed. So the very first tip I can say to you is, if you're not feeling well or not 100%, get to the doctor today. Don't put it off. The earlier you get on top of this thing, the quicker you're healthier and get back to normal life. So, put that there. Okay, so the number one thing, you're seeing your local doctor, you're not feeling well, he's done some blood tests, x-rays, scans, and discovered you have cancer. Getting a full list of blood tests, and number one tip, storing them. Keep a copy of everything, because you're going to see different doctors and they're going to want to review your history. So if you've had blood markers, a blood marker shows a cancer marker that may be elevated, and let's say it's a prostate marker or a breast marker, and let's say prostate, it's under 5 is possibly normal, above 5 is an issue, above 10 it may have metastasized, if the marker is showing the cancer in the prostate. The breast cancers may be elevated, bone cancer, prostate cancer I've seen over 2,500, so it can go very, very high. That was an advanced case where the man had bone cancer from his neck down to his hips, and thank God the cancer actually, bone cancer, we get such good success with. So okay, so number one, keep a copy of all your records. Number two, carry them with you when you see a new doctor, as well as any medication you're on. That's a tip for everybody. if you're going to see a different doctor and you're on 10 medications, take them with you so he doesn't re-prescribe something that you've forgotten to mention. And it is extremely easy in today's rush when the doctor has 5 to 6 minutes to see you, evaluate you, and recommend something for your upset stomach or the pain that you're having in the back. And if you have those in front, he has to take the time to review them, and then he knows what you're on and he's not going to make a mistake. Very important tip. Number 2, and if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm going to back, as I do every year, back to 2005, the book I wrote, and I'm going through the index, which is just a summary of what everyone should know about. I have to rewrite the book, so I'm not going to re-release it for a while. It needs to be rewritten. I've learned so many things on 23 years. You learn a lot, and so these videos they're not recorded. When I say not recorded, they're recorded and uploaded or done live, but I don't have a script written like a lot of places do. So it's just off the cuff. So for women and men, thermography is a very good analysis. So it can help you find if there's any metastasis. If you're just doing general wellness checkups, thermography, which is available extensively through the US and I think England, a little in Australia, if you get a thermography done, it can find a cancer up to 10 years before any other thing can find it. It's amazing. So if you do blood tests, thermography, ultrasound as an annual checkup, harmless to your body, and there's no x-rays entering your body, you're not increasing the risk of cancer. If you do a mammogram, you're increasing your risk of cancer by 1% every time you do it. And so if you've got a sister that's diagnosed with cancer, 3% of breast cancers are possibly genetic. And so if you go and, because your sister got cancer, you go and do a mammogram every year, and then you get cancer, you go, oh, lucky I done the mammogram, but it may have caused it. So don't take a risk and do mammograms on such a regular basis. Find a female doctor, have your breast examined. An ultrasound is something you can do annually, and there's no harm to your body. I believe there's no harm to your body with that. Live blood analysis is good to see if you're nutritionally poor. When you do your blood test, do all of the electrolytes that are available, because we're finding certain minerals are low in some people with certain types of cancer, and it's not enough for me to statistically tell you this is what may be the case in your case. Just it's the cheapest part of the blood test, so no doctor's going to have an issue with adding all of the electrolytes. Okay, very, very important little thing. Then we go on to diet. What is the best diet? This is very controversial. People die because they stress about changing their diet so much. Some people don't have a problem. You tell me just to eat raw vegetables and I'll eat it. I like the eat to your blood type diet. I think that's important, especially the avoids in the list. You can download the app, eat to your blood type, also cook to your blood type. If your spouse and you are different blood types, it's extra good, because you can say, okay, I'm A, she's B, and cook that suits you. And the avoids, like I said, are the most important thing. My recommended diet hasn't changed over the years. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, vegetarian salads, living food. Only eat living food. And yes, you can add some tuna into those. You can add some dark fish into those. If you want to add a little bit of protein for flavor, that's fine. Quality oils only, lots and lots of oils. Those fats are fantastic for you. On Tuesday, fish. Now I say Tuesday fish because in Australia, Monday, most of the fish and chips after the weekend get new fat in. And so I say Tuesday because the fat that they're cooking is the freshest. If you're having grilled fish or however you choose to have it, that's totally up to you. But fish on Tuesday. Thursday, poultry. Some countries you need to avoid poultry if the breasts on the chickens are huge. They may have hormones in them, and I would avoid those. So you need to find free-range ducks or whatever's available in your area. And the weekend, a little bit of whatever you like. Why do I say that? Most people, when they have cancer, will stop eating sugars and high sugar foods, sweets and so on. And that's important. Cancer's fed by sugar, and sugar increases your body's acid level, which lowers your oxygen level, which makes you tired, gives you short-term energy for long-term losses, and you just should not increase your sugar load. Your pancreas is instrumental in avoiding and winning against cancer, and if you keep having sugars, your pancreas is overworking, producing insulin to balance your sugar levels, and you do not want that organ to be exhausted. If you've got pancreatic cancer, it's a good reason you live on takeaway food, and you're a traveler, and you're in a car a lot, and you're eating too much junk food, and the pancreas can become exhausted. Drink healthy shakes. So healthy shakes are buy greens. You can buy powdered greens. Some of them are absolutely delicious, powdered berries and so on. Liquid nutrition is really good, especially some of the whole foods that are in those powders. The amino acids and the minerals in the greens are priceless and very important for you. When you see the doctor and he's doing your blood test, get a parasite cleanse, so urine test and a feces test. Why? Just on 50% of the people who come here have no symptoms whatsoever, but they have a urine infection, and almost everyone has parasites, which are very easily avoided with certain herbs, and or the doctor may recommend something. It's important that your body has no distractions going on, so your body's trying to keep those parasites under control and trying to fix the infection that you're not having symptoms of. So it's okay to take some short-term antibiotics or whatever's needed to get rid of those. You want your immune system fully focused on the cancer. When you take antibiotics, we have a product called Recharge, which is pre and probiotics, gut flora. You need to take those right through the whole stage and for a week or two after. I like people with cancer have that continuously when they're on our program. Okay, so that's the basic nutrition and parasite, all to do with the absorption of food and helping your gut be healthy. One of the main things that can lead to cancer is stress, accidents, your immune system going down, but also your gut not being healthy, not absorbing the goodness. You can say, I've been taking vitamins, but you know, some doctors are correct, you're peeing it out, you're not absorbing any of that goodness. And I think that's important to understand, that your gut flora and your digestion, if it's not feeling good, it's definitely not good. And if you're feeling bloated, not well after eating a meal, then there's something in that meal that's not agreeing with you. It could be grains, it could be nuts, it could be anything, but if you're feeling bloated, start to register, okay, I'm not going to eat this particular thing anymore because it makes me not feel good. You don't want anything distracting from your immune system when you're battling any disease. Okay, so the next thing is breathing. So the Buteyko breathing method, I used to teach that. It's a simple system, but the most important thing, if you lay on the bed and breathe, if you're breathing in and out in your chest area, it's not healthy. You need to breathe down lower in your diaphragm. So an idea of this, if you see a child get a fright, you see them breathing up high. That's adrenaline caused. But try to relax. Put your hand on your chest and on your lower stomach, and lay down and practice breathing very deep, so that you're getting all of your lungs full of oxygen. Drink healthy water. We have a specialized water system that makes it more absorbable, but it's a very controversial subject. There's so many things available on the market, and I haven't studied the up-to-date science on them. We're using the Gangan water system, and we're very happy with it. I think that's the correct name, Gangan. Eliminate potential causes. And I know if you're over 50, you may have grandchildren. You know, the young girls holding their phones next to their ovaries. Think about that. Think about that. They're walking along the beach every day doing walking. I see these health fanatics in front of our spa walking up and down, and that they've got their phone next to their ovaries. They're young girls and they've pre-cooked their babies. Like, it doesn't make sense to me that they don't. It doesn't even register that it's not a good idea. There's definitely links between increase in brain tumors and phones, and having the phone next to your ovaries is not a good idea. You carry it, put it in your back pocket next to your bum, maybe is a good idea, because we all have phones, but I like to carry mine in my hand and I put it down in the car, or I put it like it's on my desk. I do not put the phone close to any organs, because I think that's extremely unhealthy. Getting the sunlight on a regular basis. This is important. It can help turn off the melatonin. So melatonin is produced and helps to put you to sleep the first 3 hours of sleep from 9 o'clock onwards. If your mother told you need to go to bed, the hours before midnight are worth twice the hours after midnight, it's true. Melatonin production puts you into deep sleep, and then it's up to you to stay asleep. If you get woken up in those first 3 hours of sleep, the next day you're really, really tired. If you get woken up at 3 or 4 in the morning and then go back to sleep, it's not a problem. That melatonin goes inside every cell, tells the cell to die if it's faulty, and it may be one reason why the supplementation of melatonin in breast cancer can reduce the risk of breast cancer, and I've seen it with people with not a lot of money. It's reduced the size of their cancer just by adding melatonin. It's a very important supplement, but your body makes it if you're getting sunlight. If you're in an area that's full of snow and cold and overcast, I'm in an area that's beautiful and warm all year, but 4 to 6 months a year it's overcast. So supplementing is very, very important. You might have seen from last year to this year, we've got the farm and I've worked outside and got plenty of vitamin D. But I still take, here they are on my desk. I take, you can't see that properly, I take Balance D every day, and whether I'm in the sun or not, it's an important supplement. Exercising. Important to have a routine. So, you know, I'm talking right this moment on this video to people that are 80, 60, 50, 40, and some young ones. You all know what you're capable of, and there are some people that believe the benefits, and I will agree with this, the benefits of getting some genuine exercise in can help you feel better, but not if your core energy is too low. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, do some walking to a routine. It might be around the kitchen table, it might be down to the corner, it might be the full length of the local shopping center, whatever it is for you, and that'll depend on your location, what you're capable of doing, but do it to a routine. Why? If you're doing it to a routine and you find you're struggling, suddenly, out of the blue, you're not making the distance, you know something's not right. Keep a good healthy posture. Don't be slouching over. It helps your lungs, helps your spine. Very important. I spoke about eating to your blood type. Little touch on therapies, and then we're done. I told you it was a short video. So again, don't forget to watch last week's long video. It was over an hour, but it's the most important one I've done, I think, in 5 years. So the therapies that we use, number one is the number one therapy in the world, because you can use it anywhere, is the GCMAF, and we sell it. We can deliver that to most places, and one vial is 60. It's more than 100 doses. It's a lot. It's a lot of doses. Probably last you over a year. But if you're advanced cancer, you would use more of it and go through it quicker. So GCMAF. Next is high pH therapy. There is nothing more powerful in a clinical environment in our facility than high pH therapy. It's my little baby. I researched for a long time. I've perfected it, and it's amazing at getting rid of fast-growing cancers and all cancers in the body. It's the reason that we've had a complete success in all bone cancers. Breast cancers, not 100%, a couple we didn't, but most breast cancers completely clear very quickly, including the lymphatic system. Mouth, jaw, face, teeth, cancers, brain cancers, lung cancers if they're not completely full, if your lung's not completely full, if you get to us early. spine cancer, pancreas cancer, bladder cancer, all quick results with high pH therapy. It's got to be the best therapy on the market. Vitamin B17, along with DMSO, ozone therapy, colonic irrigation, hyperbaric oxygen, magnetic pulse, radio frequency. There's 101 different things that we have here, 101 different IV therapies, and we combine them in a way that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday you're doing IV in the morning and all these other therapies in the afternoon. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday you're doing just the IV therapies in the morning, and that may be 2 or 3 IVs. It can be from between 8 and 9 start and finish around 12, and then you're home for lunch, and you're relaxing those afternoon. You're doing that walk on the beautiful beach we have. It's beautiful and sunny here. I know in the US you're freezing. Time to hop on the plane and come here. It's $300 to get to our clinic most times of the year, and now's the time. That's a return ticket. It's amazing, yes? Under $500 you can go overseas. We're a short flight from Florida, and this is the place to be. So that's a quick summary, I think, of everything that I wanted to touch on. We have testimonials on the website. I will rewrite my book in the next year or two. We're busy, and there are not enough hours in the day. I'm just glancing through to see if there's anything that I... Essential fatty acids in the shake. Make sure you're making that shake. Herbal teas are good. Renee Cassie's tea is great. It also was used as a poultice, so you can put it on externally on lumps on the breast, and it may help you. I don't like to leave any of these things uncovered. I covered parasites. 100 pages in the book. I'll make sure it's 101 next time. Laughter therapy is good. If you've just been diagnosed, you probably don't have anything much to laugh about, but the good thing is you have the ability to become cancer free. Don't believe the people who say you're done for, because it's not true. Every day people beat the odds, and you're going to be one of them. I believe you can do it, and you just have to choose a path, do your research, and find a coach and go with that person aggressively. We're restricted in all that I can say online these days, because they keep threatening to close down my channel. So there are certain words in that I'm not using to make sure that I'm still here to communicate to you. This is my last year, guys, and I want 100% success rate. So I think that's covered everything in my book. I can close that now. So that's back from, I don't know, 1995 or 2005. It's an old one. So all good. So I'm going to put a little video at the end of this. Please watch it. My contact details are on the top of the website. It's early in 2023, but this video will be on for years. Don't hesitate to call. I've got some apprentices taking over, and they've been doing some training now for a year. They have to do 3 to 4 years to be able to help you 100%. So I'll be holding their hand for whatever's required. We're opening up a beautiful new facility about mid 2023. God willing, it'll be finished or close to finished. We'll be able to show you some videos. So one of the challenges is you need to book in. We need to find an apartment for you in the building above us. We don't own them, but in the new facility we will have our own private apartments for you that are beautiful, big, and then it makes it easier, because that's our biggest challenge is booking your apartment. We managed to do it, but it's nice to get directly above us. In the building above us is brand new building, and so please call early, book in. We can do scans and x-rays and ultrasound and blood tests within 24 hours of you arriving, and we get the results within 24 hours. So there's no delay here. One of the things that the most common thing people say to us is they are very impressed with how quickly we get things done. You're not waiting a week or 2 weeks to get in for a scan. We get things done really quickly. So just keep that in mind, and look forward to speaking to you on the phone. Register on the link online for a callback, or email me. The email address will be on the end of this video, you send me an email and say I'm available tonight after 7 o'clock, and I will call you. I always call the people who call early morning. I call before 12 or within 24 hours. And so until we catch up, you have a great day, and know that you do have help. We will hold your hand and make sure you do alternative therapies, the biggest combination all at once, to get the best result, to get you cancer free and get you back to normal. Usually within 3 months of arriving here, we can do that. At least then, whatever the outcome, you know that it's gone or it's not, and you've tried everything in that area, and you can consider other options. But our goal is to get rid of it in 3 months, and we'll do an assessment on you to know that we have some solid faith that we can get you cancer free and get you back to normal. So until then, God bless, have a great day, and watch this video. And don't forget, the link up in that corner is to the video I done last week. It's the most important video you'll ever see. Bye for now.
To have a consultation with Paul and let him make an assessment of your records. And he's the most honest man I have ever known in my life.
Oh, God bless you. Thank
It
you.
is. It's true.
Thank you.
I'm old. I can say the truth. And
I mean, I know you would tell the truth.
I would tell the truth. And
God
anyway,
bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
When I'm old, when people get older, they become chatty Cathys. They want to tell you all the details. And the thing about that is, I think maybe old people think they've got another, 50,000 words that they need to say before they die. And so they'll get them all in.
Get them all in.
And I think that's why old people are chatty Cathys. But the other thing is, if in fact you are a caretaker, or that you have someone in your family that has dementia or says the same things over and over again, do not correct them and say, oh, well, Mom, you said that 20 times already. Just please be kind to your loved ones if they're going through problems. Be kind to them and only say to them, I love you, Mom. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, I always say to people, your mom is you are going to be your mother in another few years. So what you give out, you're going to get back. So make sure you look after them extra special. Well, God bless. Thank you for coming again to Atlantis. We love to see you. And we love all the other expats to understand we're here to help. We go over and above.
That's
and,
right. And when you come here, ask for Susie and Linda, and we will come and visit. That's my sister.
And most of our guests, you've seen 90% of our guests are international, people flying from every continent on the planet, because our services are very unique and very tailor-made. And again, I thank you for revisiting, and I thank you for your lovely testimonial.
Bye.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Dr. Pablo, Clinical Director of Atlantis Health Retreat, coming to you live from the new location. So we are building, and the new location hopefully in June will be open. It depends. This video will be online for many years. So it's 2023, and June we hope to open, all going well. God blessing us and protecting us and keeping us safe. Okay, so happy New Year, because it's early in the year when I'm making this video. For some of you, it's an exciting time, new adventures, new goals, new ambitions. For others, it's a problem, because in the last few months, weeks, or over Christmas, you heard that you discovered that you had a lump or cancer, and after some further investigation, realized that it's quite serious and it's a problem. It may be early, which is great. The quicker you attack it while it's early, the better the results will be. The quicker the results will be, I should say. If it's advanced, metastasized, the traditional system can't help you. They can't help with metastasized cancers. They can't help with liver cancers. So your best choice is to learn, educate, and find out the best combination of therapies to use for your cancer type. Our program is not the same for everybody. It's not all the clinics in Mexico and places similar to that, they have a set program. They have like an assembly line. With us, it's different. Every single thing to do with your health, everything, your sugar diabetes, your overweight, underweight, your bones being weak, all of those things need to be addressed as part of the process to bring you to a completely new, healthy, feeling great, put cancer behind me and get on with my life goal. And that is my goal for you now. And that's what I want to help you to do. To take the first steps, you need to have confidence. You need to learn and understand and know what to do. So this video is the first time for a long time I'm going into a lot of detail in one therapy. And we have 10, and I'm going to do over the next coming weeks, and I'll list the series of very important upcoming webinars and videos. This is to really give you an insight into the most powerful, fastest working, greatest therapy. And if this was not available, I wouldn't be doing this job, because the improvement in results when we started this were amazing. And it's the reason we kept going, because if you only help 1 in 100, it's still worthwhile, but it's a big dedication of your life for a small result. But with this therapy, across the board, we get cancer shrinkage, and we get many people cancer free. So the presentation, I won't be online. You'll just hear my voice. I'll talk you through it. The common questions we get is, which cancer does it work best with? Our program, as long as your cancer is growing, it works. You have a good chance of it working. The higher the location of the cancer, the quicker the results. So bone, breast, brain cancer, the 3 Bs, I've often done webinars on those. Very amazing results. Brain cancer can take a little longer, but we still get very good results with that. Liver, all the blood goes through the liver and the bones. So 100% continuously is running. So the products we give in IV are going straight into the cancer in that case. They don't have to work through the body to get to the locations. So that's the theory of why in the last 3 years we haven't failed in liver and bone cancer. Liver we've always had success with. In fact, I think only half of our therapies would work well with liver. The liver is an amazing organ. You can cut it in half and it grows back. It's similar to the tonsils, the only 2 organs in the body that you can leave a little piece and they'll completely grow back. Wouldn't that be good if we could chop off an arm if we injured it and it grew back? There are some animals that have that luxury, but we don't. Okay, liver, esophageal, mouth, tongue cancers and lung cancers. So the mouth cancers are the high in the body, and esophageal cancer, the speed at which these cancers shrink is amazing. You still need to complete the 3 months, because any cells left, they come back. Especially skin cancers that are grown on the lips, in the tongue, and you end up with lumps in the throat, neck. You have to be fit. You have to, and I say that because I've had people come from Mexico, and there's nothing left of them. They're skin and bone. They've got no muscle left. They've been juicing and coffee enemas, and that's fine if that's what they choose to do. But to beat cancer, you need to be fit. You need to go now. You need to be before chemo and radiation is better, because those things tire you out and make you weaker. And if you come and do a wellness program with targeted therapies, and I'll go right into the science today, targeted therapies, this is just one, I believe, the most powerful therapy on the planet. It's been around for a long time. I've spent 20 years refining it. There's no side effects except cancer shrinkage and pain disappearing. And I think it's a therapy that would wipe out completely the chemotherapy industry, and it's no longer needed to go down that path, in my opinion. So stay tuned. Listen to the whole video. Please like and share this. Spread it out to your friends, because as you know, social media, Big Brother, are determined, absolutely determined, to squash out anybody offering an alternative program. You know my history and how I fought the bureaucrats, and I'm still here because I care about you. I care about having a choice. I fight for freedom. I think freedom is the fundamental thing that we all should have, and nobody should ever give up on it, and I won't quit on it. and I don't think you should. So this being the beginning of a new journey for you, none of that is important. None of it's important. What's important is, what do I do? What are the right questions to ask? What are the therapies available? And choosing one that's for you. We have a at-home program which has some success. It has three powerful therapies in it. And the program here at Atlantis Health Retreat, which is not where I'm at the moment. This is a new location. It's 10 hectares. The lake is up the road. I'm at a little office in the front. And the reason I'm here is I'm helping supervise and plan the gardens and all of those things. If you come right now, you'll be in a beautiful self-contained apartment above our spa, the clinical area, and we have medical doctors there. I'm a naturopath, not a medical doctor. I'm now on 23 years of doing this, and this will be my last year. I've retired from helping people generally. I'm only helping those who want help with cancer and specializing in that area, along with we've taught a team to look after kids or adults, whichever, with autism. And we've got another team that's working on helping people with mobility, including stroke victims. We have an amazing program for stroke. But my area of expertise is cancer. I've been doing it for 23, 24 years ago, when my brother-in-law died after being diagnosed with cancer and having the right to do an alternative therapy, vitamin B17, taken away from him because of a simple paperwork bureaucracy. 2 days in the day we ordered the product and the day we got the paperwork signed, and that took away his freedom and his right to do it. And I closed my business and dedicated my life to helping people. I could not believe. And with the last few years, it's like you're seeing it. You're seeing what I saw on that day of the bureaucratic system taking away the rights of people. You're seeing now in the world that there's good and evil, and it's a shame. But this video is not about that. It's about today is the beginning and the start of the rest of your life, and the direction you choose is really important. So the message I'm trying to get across to you is very, very important. This is not a joke, it's serious, and the speed at which you act is really, really important. So if this video ends now and you don't see the whole thing, click the link. There'll be a link that'll take you to the full video. But those that are sitting back in the right place, in the right location, on the website probably, you get to see the full video now, which is, of course, www.atlantis-health-retreat.com. I look forward to speaking to you soon on the phone. We can do a Skype. We can connect all your family. We can answer all of your questions and make sure that we can help you. We don't want you to travel here if you are. There's a few cases and a few situations where we won't take the client on. And so we need to go through that process, evaluate you, you evaluate us, and let's get you started. And the most common program is 3 months. You arrive here, you have a full tests, scans, all of those things done, blood tests. Then we spend a week correcting anything that we can in your blood, getting you strong, getting you familiar with your surroundings, getting your diet and everything under control. Also, we have people who can help with emotional issues. And then you have a week rest, and people love that. After coming here, all the drama of getting here, we're 4 to 5 hours from Florida. Couple of days rest, full on treatment, and you know us, you love us, and you go, oh, I really enjoy this week rest. In the week rest, you do a few therapies that you choose, then 2 weeks intensive, 14 days in a row. We give you the most powerful combination of therapies that you can get from anywhere. All 10 of them, plus IVs of vitamin C, nutritional products to boost your immune system, wake it up, and get your bones stronger, get everything strong to stop metastasis, everything in one program, nutritional shakes, and so on. Then after the 2 weeks, week rest, and then again, 2 weeks, week rest, 2 weeks, week rest, scans and everything done to make sure it's gone. And God willing, it's all gone. I've got one fly that's annoying me. God willing, it's all gone. And then you enjoy the rest of your life. We give you a take-home maintenance program to do. And that's it. You're set. and the cancer's gone. And if it ever comes back, our guarantee, if it ever comes back, you have a very small fee to come here and do whatever you need to repeat it. Because what we've found is our program gets rid of the cancer generally stays away, it doesn't return. So we give a guarantee of a very low price to come back if it ever does return in the future. And that's amazing. Nobody else does that. And that's because we're very confident in what we do and the preventative approach, that the minerals that we put in your body will help keep it away in the future. So sit back. I'm about to start the presentation. Enjoy it. And please write your questions below and I'll get back to you. And write down the contact number. And as the video is going along, get a pen and paper. Write down the questions so that you know what to ask me. What's the most important thing to beat this thing is not sit back and hope that something happens. It's to ask the right questions, get confidence in a direction, and win the race. We're going for a gold medal. I'm the coach, and I'm going to take you all the way. Put on the blinkers, no longer looking over your head, somebody telling you noni juice will cure you. You need a lot more than that, and I can tell you we've got every juice possible in the program, and we will do everything it takes to get you cancer-free, well, and enjoying your life, back to work, and not worrying about this damn thing anymore. That's my New Year's resolution to you. God bless, and stay tuned for the next 1 hour of the most powerful presentation I've ever done. See you soon. Let's get started with the most powerful presentation you're ever going to see. And there's a lot of detail in this one. Some of you will say, "Oh, you know, I've heard this before." You haven't heard what I'm going over today. You have not heard before. It's the first time I'm putting all this information into one video on one therapy, and I really believe it's the most important thing you'll ever hear if you've been diagnosed with cancer, or if you've got a loved one with cancer, to understand the history of the therapy, where it comes from, and the results that other people have gotten. You're not just relying on what I'm telling you, how amazing this therapy is and the results I've gotten. It's important for you to have some clarity as to the strength and the foundation of this therapy. And I can tell you, I've worked 15 years, been doing this for 23 years. 15 years ago, when I started this therapy, it was a very different thing. And through care, love, determination, and research, we modified, added, changed, upgraded, took out, added in so many things that we're now between 20 to 25 minerals, depending on the cancer type. We have found some minerals work better in the lungs, some work better in the colon, some work better in the pancreas, and different ones help in the brain. Some strengthen the liver, and so on. So it's important that you understand that this can't be made one therapy for everybody. It's different for every type of cancer. And this therapy we used to offer orally, but we do not anymore. You can only do this once correctly to become cancer-free. So you need to do it the right way. And so we do this as an IV, and gently over a period of 3 months, the cancer dies and your tissue regrows and you become well. So let's get into it. There's our phone number. You can direct call me if my phone's busy, or I'm busy doing a presentation or talking to you online. Other people that are calling in, please call the toll-free number. That's a message service. Or if you don't want to talk to anybody, you just want to talk to me, click on the calendly.com/Atlantis-Dr. Pablo. And that will give you a page that will allow you to book a time with me. So you're in full control. You tell, and that what I like about that link is it adjusts for different time zones. I'm in Florida Central Time, and you may be in a different time zone. And that calendar, when you put in your local time zone, it'll automatically send you a text to a time for you and a time for me, and that'll make sure we meet up. Here we go. So the therapy is cesium high pH therapy. It's over 20 minerals. It's close to between 20 and 25 minerals, and it is the closest thing to a magic bullet. Remember also, when we talk about a bullet, people can be shot but they still die from the injury. You can remove the bullet, but the people still die from the injury. There's never a 100% success rate. But I can say without any question, in the last 3 to 4 years, every single person who's come to our clinic and done the cesium high pH therapy, many cancers have completely disappeared. And in many cases, we have found no sign of cancer after the 3-month period. Some have needed longer, and a couple, the cancer didn't go and surgery was recommended for them. So it's not a 100% success rate. Nobody can offer a 100% success rate. So understand that very clearly, that this is amazing because it's fast. You're not waiting 6 months, a year, or 2 years fighting this thing. You think how much money you spend over that period of time. All the extra scans you've got to get, all the x-rays you've got to get, the blood tests ongoing. And so that's a big problem. And to get rid of it quickly is really amazing, to have the cancer gone within 3 months. Now, just repeat, I'm on a building site. There will be some background noise because we're building and expanding on 10 hectares or 12 hectares on a lake. We're building a beautiful health retreat. And so that'll be open in June, God willing. Metabolic diseases. Scurvy, which is lack of vitamin C, up to 50% of sailors, or even more, depending on the length, because it was a lack of something that you needed on a regular basis. The longer you traveled without vitamin C, the more risk of you having the symptoms. Pellagra, vitamin B3, niacin, 97% death rate. Anemia, anemia, vitamin B12 and folic acid. And amino acids, which is you get from vegetables and sprouts, a 99% death rate. And cancer, vitamin B12, laetrile, is theorized as a lack of vitamin B17. The areas in the world that have high levels of vitamin B17 in their diet do not have any cancers. The same people, when they move to the US and change their diet to the poor quality processed food diet, lacking completely in vitamin B17, their actual cancer rate is 2 to 3 times that of the local population. So there's definitely a link, I believe, and you'll find details of that in Cancer, the Winnable War, the video online in YouTube, for those who need to learn more. It's important. Your key to success is to have faith and belief. So let's look at a couple of these a little closer. Before we do, just remember the human mind is a bit like a parachute. It's absolutely useless unless it's open. Absolutely useless. Scurvy. You can read all of this. I won't go into all of the details, but what were the symptoms of scurvy? The gums became soft, livid and swollen. They bled. The teeth separated from the gums. The legs swelled up. People got edema. Got foul ulcers all over the body. The ulcers resembled black blisters which spread and discharged dark-colored matter. These ulcers continued to increase over time. The bleeding started from the mouth and the nose. It was a terrible disease, and it was simply cured by adding limes to the ships that went on long distance. This is important history. You don't suffer from this today because they discovered that by having vitamin C in our diet, we don't have this problem. So I think it's important that you understand these little simple things by not having them. It's like, if you don't have oxygen, you're dead. If you don't have water, you're dead. But there are certain nutritional factors that we need in our body. There are a lot. And the combination, more than one often. It's not just one individual nutritional product that works, but they often work in combination with others. So having a healthy diet is important. Pellagra, lack of vitamin D3. By 1912, the state of South Carolina alone had reported 30,000 cases of pellagra with a case fatality rate of 40%. Oh my God. And it was just lack of B12. So stop the video and read this. It's important for you to understand that what I'm talking about today reversing cancer is a nutritional disease and or a contamination disease which needs to detox before you get rid of it, otherwise it'll come back. So it's a complicated process to become cancer free. In 1907, Richard Colbert reported on a series of 1,200 patients. Their average survival was between 1 and 3 years. It goes on and on and on. Cancer, lack of vitamin B17. Watch the video World Without Cancer. This video explains it. It does an excellent job. One of the many reasons we get cancer. It also explains the industry. And if you're a skeptic, this is a must. Invest your time in video if you care. This is also one of the few therapies you can do without any problems with all other therapies, treatments, chemotherapy, anything. You can include vitamin B17 with it. It will not stop other therapies from working, and it can be the one complication which I've seen is people who started chemotherapy and B17, the cancers were shrinking, and so they didn't want to give up the chemotherapy, even though it may have been the B17 doing all the work. And 2 of those people died of chemotherapy poisoning with very little cancer in their body. Let's talk about the healing crisis, shall we? So there you are on one side, happy chappy, and there you are on the other side, and not so happy chappy. And we sometimes get worn out, run down, and we get a runny nose, some pain in an area, and there's symptoms. Our body is telling us something is not right. You're overdoing things. You're not sleeping enough. You're not balancing your life. These symptoms get worse and worse and sometimes lead to discharges. The discharge can come from all different cavities in the body, and it's a sign something is not right. It's a common one that we can talk about is a runny nose. When you've been exposed to poisons, your tonsils can swell up. Your tonsils are there as a warning sign to your immune system that you're getting poisons in your body. Your runny nose, sign that you're worn down. Your body's more than capable of taking care of a cold. 100% more than capable of getting rid of it without you feeling very many symptoms at all. But if you're worn down, run down, tired, not sleeping correctly, not eating properly, nutritionally poor, your body will get worse. And so what do? You say, oh, I want to keep working, so I'll go and see the local pharmacy, and he'll give me some antihistamines and some chemicals that'll stop all the symptoms so I can go to work. So when they stop the symptoms, doesn't mean the disease is not able to be spread to other people, yes? So you've taken some tablets and all of this stuff now, all of these poisons that your body's trying to get out of your system are now being stored somewhere in your body. You are storing poisons in your body because it's natural for mucus to be carrying out waste product. It's natural for you to have these discharges to get whatever the body is trying to get out of you. And if you take something to hold it inside you, this is not a good thing. It enables you to go back to work, to finish your task. And maybe there are some situations where that's important. You need to do that. But remember, you're having this problem because you're overworked and tired. And sometime when the weekend comes up or when that job is finished, ask for time off to recharge your batteries and get strong again. It's really important because all of these things these storage places in your body may one day lead to cancer. You may have breathed in some poisons, somebody spraying their garden and Roundup or some other toxic chemical you've breathed in, and your body's giving you these flu symptoms to wash it out. And you're not allowing that to happen, so you're storing it inside your body. This is a healing crisis, okay? This is your body going through a healing crisis, and you want to get from this to that, back to a happy chappy, yes? There's no other way to get back there than to rest, recharge, eat properly, get into routine. That's what your body needs. Taking drugs, stay at work, spread the sickness, do what your boss says. He's your medical expert. Is that a true statement or not? Take control of your own body. Freedom is making an educated choice and choose wisely. Your body's not stupid. Your body gives you these symptoms to let you know something is wrong. And you're lucky if you get the symptoms, you know. Sometimes people can actually get unwell and not experience or not feel the symptoms. And so when you do have symptoms, listen to them. Okay, so now we'll get on to the real nitty-gritty, the meat of the presentation, the important facts that the high pH therapy, the cesium therapy, it's often referred to as cesium, but we call it CNS, high pH therapy. CNS is what I refer to it to. Without any question, this is singly the most powerful cancer therapy we have ever seen. And it doesn't matter who's with me, doctors that are skeptics, doctors that have been in alternatives for a long time, to see a cancer shrinking 1 to 2% a day, so over 90 days is over 100%. In most cases, this is mind-blowing. How good is it to be able to get back to work, to be healthy, to not have any symptoms or problems after 3 months? It is mind-blowing to sit back and watch people who have been 18 months doing chemotherapy and then have the cancer come back. I've perfected this 20 to 25 minerals, depending on the type of cancer, that starve cancer by increasing oxygen and removing cancer's ability to ferment sugar into energy. The result is the cancer dies of starvation, and you're not affected by any bad side effects. You feel fine through the process. Some people increase the appetite a lot. In the beginning, going back 15 plus years ago, the problem was people couldn't eat and got nausea and so on. Those symptoms don't exist anymore. People feel good, strong, healthy, pain disappears, and it's good and exciting. It's actually a joy to go to work every day. So just to support the information that I'm giving you in these presentations, do cancer cells ferment sugar into energy? Scientists understand that cancer cells support their rapid reproduction by rewiring their metabolism to take glucose, ferment it, and produce lactate. Conventionally, healthy cells continue with normal respiration, a process in which they take glucose and break it down into carbon dioxide and water. Do cancer cells ferment glucose? Nearly a century ago, Otto Warburg discovered that tumors consume tremendous amount of glucose relative to most non-transformed tissue, and that the majority of the glucose consumed by tumors is fermented into lactate, rather than oxidized in pathways that require respiration. We'll go into that a little more detail as we go on. Over 20 targeted minerals done as an IV therapy bring the fastest result. Cancer cannot feed in a high pH environment. Cesium, rubidium, gold, silver, copper, zinc, and a whole lot more are just part of this protocol. You must ask, why didn't somebody else think of this? Well, full credit goes to Dr. Keith Brewer, founder of the Brewers Library in the USA. This therapy comes from him, and there are many doctors over the years that have tried to perfect what he started. And let's take a look at some of those. It is a known fact that cancer cannot live in an alkaline environment, an alkaline high in oxygen. As we have discussed, cancer cells are anaerobic without oxygen. This means they thrive in an environment void of oxygen. Instead of needing oxygen for energy, they need glucose, sugar. This method of generating energy is so inefficient and becomes cancer cells being mutated, multiply so quickly, they need a lot of sugar. This is why cancer cells consume 19 times more sugar than healthy cells. As part of this process, they excrete lactic acid. This is the pain that people feel. The pain of cancer is very hard to get under control because it's lactic acid from this process, which keeps the environment acidic and aids in the rapid spread of cancer and cancer pain. Additionally, because of this acidic environment, we find cell voltage of a diseased cancer cell extremely low. Once the cell voltage drops to a lower level, oxygen cannot enter the cell. but cesium can. Cesium and potassium and rubidium all can. Important note, cesium is a natural mineral that is extremely alkaline and should not be confused with a radioactive isotope of cesium. Because cancer cells have such low voltage, cesium, rubidium, and potassium are among the few minerals that can penetrate the cancer cells. Atlantis also combined rubidium and potassium in addition to cesium in our high pH therapy. Both of these elements are also powerful alkali electron acceptors, meaning they are effective at raising the pH of the cancer cell as well. So it's the combination that's important, very, very, very important. Also, to help keep you strong through the process, we use a product called the Energy Q2 Foot Spa. And you can go through all of these, but it increases the electrical current in every cell, improves concentration and clarity, reduces stress, anxiety, and hostility, reduces menstrual discomfort, assists in pain relief, reduces muscle discomfort, reduces joint discomfort, reduces fluid retention, reduces inflammation, and reduces swelling, reduces cramps, improves skin regeneration. It goes on and on and on. Helps improve your sleeping, and so on. It's important to know that not only do we do the therapies, but we do a whole lot of other things like the hyperbaric oxygen, the magnetic pulse, colon hydrotherapy, a Rife Q2 energy spa that we just spoke about, ultrasound, remedial massage, platelet-rich plasma injected with ozone therapy, many IV therapies, and so on. It goes on and on and on. So in the morning, you're doing IVs. In the afternoon, we complement 3 days a week full of other things that are perfectly designed for your type of cancer. So this amazing therapy has stood the test of time of over 20 years. I've just known about it for 15 to 16 years myself, but it goes back way before that. With improved results over the last 15 years without negative side effects, the combination of over 22 minerals in this IV and 91 orally included in the IV is gold, silver, rubidium. No other therapy can destroy fast-growing cancer cells in under 90 days. It's truly that amazing. Let's look at some of the history. Dr. Ardeen of Dresden, East Germany, has shown that cells can divide or live only in a fairly low pH range. The normal pH range is between 7.3 and 7.4. Normal cells can maintain this pH range under a wide variety of conditions. Malignant cells, however, with their restricted nutrient supply, cannot fully adjust the pH levels as the environment is altered. If the pH of the cell drops below the value of 6, acid, or raises above 8, alkaline, the cell dies rapidly. This is something we observe. It's like really obvious to me, but this is just to show you the medical people understand this process. This suggests two types of therapies based on the theory, and we only talk about the high pH therapy in what I'm working on. Dr. Keith Brewer, who I give all references to the amazing work that he done. He has now passed away. So the late Keith Brewer has proposed treating cancer cells by elevating the pH. What he found to do that was cesium to be the most active. Of the three which can enter malignant cells, which is cesium, rubidium, and potassium, can cause a decrease in cellular pH due to its role in glucose transport. Potassium can carry glucose into the cell, resulting in an increase in the lactic acid fermentation. If sufficient quantities of cesium and or rubidium and or glucose-free potassium enter the cancer cells, then its pH can rise enough to cause its rapid death. Such levels are non-toxic to normal cells, which have full access to the normal pH control mechanism. But these nutritionally poor cancer cells do not have that pH control mechanism. The intake of large quantities of potassium can provide more potassium that is needed for glucose transport, supplying some glucose-free potassium, which aids in this process. An advantage of the high pH therapy is that the acidic neutralized. The neutralization of these enzymes prevent most of the side effects from cancer, including the majority of pain. In a peer-reviewed research paper by Dr. Satori, a total of 50 patients were treated over 3 years with cesium chloride. Most patients have been unresponsive to previous modalities of cancer treatment and were considered terminal cases with no other options. All patients were terminal subjects with generalized metastatic disease. Impressive 50% recovery of various cancers. Cancers of unknown primary, breast, colon, prostate, pancreas, lung, liver, lymphoma, Ewing sarcoma of the pelvis, adenocancers of the gallbladder. There were 26 and 24 deaths within the initial 2 weeks and 12 months of the treatment, respectively. A consistent finding in these patients was the disappearance of pain within the initial 3 days of the cesium treatment. The small number of autopsies made showed the absence of cancer cells in most cases, and the clinical impression indicated a remarkable successful outcome of treatment. In a lymphoma case, an enlarged abdominal was shrunk by 250 pounds. 250 pounds to 121 pounds in 3 months. 66 pounds were attributed to ascites, which is fluid, and 55 pounds to the reduction of the tumor mass. The enlarged spleen and liver were also reduced to normal in 3 months. The patient is living after 3 years. This is amazing. This is mind-blowing. I've had the same success with lymphoma. It's absolutely amazing, and the cancer stays away. You see a testimonial on our website that talks about lymphoma, and this particular man had 18 months of chemotherapy, and 1 month after he stopped, all the tumors came back. He was told he was cancer-free. It was so sad, and they were like tennis balls growing out of his neck and his groin and under his arms. Terrible. 6 months then in our protocol, then it took 6 months to get, but now 3 months is easy with most lymphomas. The result represented demonstrates the rate of efficiency of potassium chloride in the cancer therapy. The total of 50 cancer cases shows an impressive 50% survival rate. This confirms the work of Mosaha reported elsewhere in these proceedings, showing that the higher the dose, the more effective it seems. And this is why Dr. Pablo prefers the IV over the oral. Also, I point out there, the big problem in the early days, these people were trying to get results within weeks. We've changed it now to 3 months. Why? Because the number one, reducing the dose eliminates side effects. Number two, adding the extra minerals that support the organ that is in question increases the speed at which the organ can recover. See, you can remove the cancer and have a big hole there, but if you do it over a period of time, the body can rebuild those cells, repair. You don't have bleeding, you don't need blood transfusions and so on. Although that can happen, you can get some internal bleeding and need blood transfusions, but over 3 months it's very, very unlikely, or it's lessened a lot. Almost all cancers in over 700 patients treated so far with this enhanced high pH therapy responded within a few days. With IV application, daily shrinkage of tumors is between 1 and 2% can be expected. This is my research. This is what I see. The only discomfort from the treatment comes from the healing crisis, which I explained earlier. The reaction can leave you sometimes a little discomfort for a few hours, or at the most a few days or two. Really, the symptoms today are far and few between. It might be 1 in 10 person may feel a little discomfort, but that also depends if they've got, and the results also depend if you've got, some people say, I've got 10 cancers, but if they're all 1 centimeter, I would prefer 10 1 centimeter or half an inch cancers than 2 10-inch cancers or 20 centimeters cancers. So the size of the cancer takes longer to get rid of. Animal tests. Mice with induced abdominal tumors were force-fed rubidium carbonate at the American University of Washington, D.C. Rapid reduction in tumor size was observed after 13 days of treatment. The tumors of the experimental mice weighed essentially 1/11 of those in the control group. Implanted colon carcinomas in mice were studied at the University of Wisconsin. Injections of cesium carbonate were administered, resulting in 97% repression in tumor growth. Now, Dr. Misara of Texas has also administered cesium salts to mice with similar results. So this is not just me saying it. The reason this is 20 to 30-year-old information I'm putting up here, but the importance of it is to let you know that I didn't click my fingers and invent something. Keith Brewer is the one that done all the work that made this available, and a few other doctors talking about here. I've met them and worked with them and learned from them and understand the things that I believe they were doing wrong, and that's why I exist, that I could see what they couldn't see, and I made changes so that there now are no side effects and people become cancer-free in a holistic way, in a happy way, without nausea and complications. Dr. Satori of the Life Science Universal Inc. Medical Center located in Washington, D.C. had adopted the high pH therapy. Extensive tests were conducted on the first 30 patients starting in March 1981. So what are we going? 40 years ago. 8 different types of tumors were represented. Dr. Satori's treatment included 6 grams of oral cesium. See, they're just using 1 or 2 minerals in this, where we're using 20. It's completely changed. As best as can be interpreted by tests conducted, including autopsies on 4 patients who died by the accident or infections, 100% cure rate was obtained. Virtually all pain disappeared in 24 to 48 hours. I do observe that. The longer times were necessary in patients who had been administered large doses of morphine. The longer times were necessary for morphine withdrawal. Treatment was continued until all evidence of malignancy disappeared. This typically involved about 30 days, although wide variations in time can occur. The patient is then put on a low dose of maintenance treatment. Dr. Napier of Hanover, West Germany, administered cesium chloride at a rate of 50 grams per week with spectacular results, including at least 1 case of massive primary liver cancer. Even patients on their own have used cesium or rubidium salts with excellent results. I don't recommend you do this on your own. It's dangerous. If you get the wrong dose, you can cause very dangerous complications. Conclusion. High pH appears to be extremely effective against malignant tumors. Large amounts of data from both human, animal experiments already exist. The value of the therapy is also reported by both theoretical evidence and geographical data. The high pH therapy should be thoroughly tested. If results to date are duplicated, the high pH therapy should quickly replace surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy in the treatment of cancer. Diets rich in potassium and transport vitamins and minerals can be consumed to reduce the incidence of cancer. Many of the fruits and vegetables can be useful in such diet. So that's the conclusion is, there's no doubt that this works. I can promise you I would not be doing this anymore if it wasn't for the speed that this works. Working with people over 6 months, a year to 2 years to get rid of cancer, it's so draining and hard for them and hard for the staff. To see results in shrinkage within 1 to 2 months is so exciting, and it's the reason we are still here. We love to see those results. So let me go into a little more detail, but you get the gist of this. This amazing therapy that stops cancer's ability to ferment sugar into energy, reduce pain, increase appetite, and most important, starve the cancer, and the cancer starts to die. Sugar feeds cancer. Normal blood has a pH of 7.35. Now, some of you may not understand what pH is, the alkaline and the acidness, and how that works. So just to give you an idea, 7, the difference between 7 and 8 or 7 to 6 is 10 times more acid or alkaline. The higher is alkaline, the lower is acid. If you go from 7 to 9, it's 100 times more acid or alkaline. If you go from 7 to 10, or 7 to 5, it's 1,000 times more acid. So or alkaline if you went up. So it's a big difference. Every one step is 10 times. The next step is 100 times. The next step is 1,000 times, and so on. So there is a big difference in each point. It's very important that you understand that. Normal blood is 7.35. Normal cells make energy through a process called ATP, which is the utilization of oxygen. Our goal is to raise the pH above 7.35 so that the cancer can no longer do the process of fermenting the sugar into energy. So we're moving the acid environment of the cancer, which has pain. The pain is the lactic acid. We're moving that all the way across to 7.3, a healthy area, and then we're going to take it above that. The goal is to take it above that so that it can no longer ferment sugar. We want to get to 8.35. pH at 8.35, normal cells uptake oxygen better. The fermentation of sugar is stopped and the cancer starts to die. So the quicker the cancer was growing, the quicker it dies off. Fermentation of sugar is completely stopped. The cancer has no chance of survival. It's like taking water from a plant. It can no longer survive. The CNS, the high pH therapy, is above 8. It's working its magic. Above 8 starves the cancer cells. New cancer cells cannot be made. Cancer dies at the same rate as it was being made. The side effect, very important. Pain is reduced and you feel better. It's as simple as that. Cancer starts to die off. Visual shrinkage is seen from cancers like lymphoma, where they're sticking outside the area of the body. Tumors of the breast that are growing outside, you visually see the shrinkage of them. That's exciting. That's the most enjoyable thing to see. At the same time as the cancer becomes weak and starts to die off, we target it with every other therapy we have. All 10 therapies are thrown at it. They all complement one another. None of them minus one another out. And we're going to have a presentation on each and every one of them. All important. But we throw everything at it while the cancer cell starts to die. It helps accelerate the healing. It helps the new cells grow to heal the area, and so on. Now, our program's available in a home pack. You only have 3 therapies. You do not have the high pH therapy in that. It's too dangerous to do at home. Why? It's similar to water. If you have too much water, you drown, yes? It's the same with this product. If you accidentally overdose on it, it's a serious complication you will have. And so we do not subscribe, recommend, or help people doing this at home. The Cancer Attack Pack is available already pre-boxed in Florida, ready to ship to you in an overnight courier if you'd like to get started. If you think it's going to take you a while to organize your life and to get here. So why do I say that? Because some people say, I've got dogs and cats and I have to organize somebody to look after them and so on, which is a fair comment. So some people say, okay, I'd like to get started now on that, and then they come here in a month's time. It's up to you. One thing we know for sure, the quicker you act, the less cancer we've got to get rid of, because it's growing every day. And every minute of every moment is important. And you becoming cancer-free, getting back to work is our goal. And our year's resolution is to get everybody this year cancer-free and winning the gold medal. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I hope you can share it with other people and like the video and comment what I missed out, what you think is important you would like me to add into the next presentation. So this one is the first one on the left, the high pH therapy. Don't do it until you watch this video. Metastasized liver cancer, yes, it can recover. In fact, liver is one of the best, fastest recovering organs in our body. It's an amazing, does a lot of work, and it never gets tired. It goes on and on and on. As long as you don't abuse it, it'll be there from day one to the last day. It'll be strong. Late stage breast cancer, what therapies can help and how should they be applied? Lymphoma, what works? Lymphoma is a special cancer that I've had complete success in probably 10 years. We haven't failed in those that have come here with lymphoma in 10 years. Works really well, and we also had, as you see, the live testimonial from the day we opened in Australia back 20 years ago, whenever that was, a long time ago. The first man in the door also had leukemia. Lymphoma and leukemia look similar, but they diagnosed him with both. And amazingly, in 6 months, he was completely cancer-free. So in his words, his testimonial is online. Bone cancer across the board. Everybody who's come here in the last 3 years has become cancer-free. Bone cancer is, to me, easy. It's even if it's primary or it's metastasized, it seems to not matter. It seems to go really quickly. Even if, like prostate cancer takes longer than the metastasized prostate cancer in the bone, can usually go quicker. Quite amazing. The bone seems to heal because all the blood flows through the bones. They seem to heal very, very quickly. It's usually why it metastasizes to the bones too, because when they do a biopsy or any surgery or any cells manage to break away from the primary location, it's often will spread to the bone because it floats through the bone before it gets to other areas of the body. Prostate cancer metastasized to the bone and lymphatic system, doing a presentation on that. Breast cancer, early stage, discount, and late stage options. So with all cancers, the price goes up the later the stage is because we use a lot more product. It's different as the cancer spreads and the more injections we have to give around the areas of the cancer. So the price does go up if it's more advanced. Squamous cell carcinoma. There's a lot of people suffering from this, and the treatments is not so complicated, but the side effects are terrible. They often do radiation, you lose taste, you're affected for life. So to try a natural therapy first and have no side effect and complete recovery is the best option, rather than go down the traditional path and lose all senses in your mouth, taste, and often surgery and scarring of the face. This is something I think you should consider to do first. GCMAF, macrophage activating factor, the most important therapy I have seen since the high pH therapy. And this is in our home program to do at home. And why it's important, how it works, and what I've seen is exciting, and I'd like to share that with you. Therapies to consider in any recovery. So this one's not necessarily about cancer, but you've had a car accident, spinal injury, whatever problem you have. This particular presentation will be about how to nutritionally recover, the importance of routine, and the importance of a diversified diet, not sticking to one thing. The Cancer Attack Pack, the home program, what's in it, how it works, what's the steps to get started, and how long do you get help for? Well, you get help ongoing. You buy the pack and it's ongoing help, but that'll be a short presentation on how to do that. Invasive ductal carcinoma. I get a lot of questions with people with ductal carcinoma. It's my whole program was designed based on a person that was 31 years old that had ductal carcinoma, a young lady, and she done our home program for 6 to 8 months. Was alive, but the cancer didn't go. And anyway, after a lot of determination, she was the first patient I done the high pH therapy with, and she is the reason we now do a 3-month program, because it took 3 months to get rid of that. And that's when I learned that it's a waste of time trying to do things in a few weeks. Cancer takes time. It takes time to strengthen your immune system, to strengthen your body, to get rid of other complications. And ductal carcinoma certainly is a tough cancer. And 3 months, we see results in it. In fact, in some cases, it completely comes out of the breast. And the 3rd month, you see black tar-like product come through the duct, and the breast returns to normal. Our autism program, how that works, and we have a team that looks after that now. Brain cancer, when traditional therapies have failed. I say that because it's very controversial, brain cancers, and most people prefer to try the traditional system first. And when that has failed and they send you home to die, the quicker you get here and the quicker we get onto that, the better, and the highest success rate will be obtained by getting here when the cancer is the smallest possible size, of course. Don't wait months or years. A lot of people don't have years, but I've had people say, I want to wait for the next brain scan. It's 3 months away. It's too long to wait. You need to move quicker than that. And we're also doing a special video, cancers in animals. We those of you who know me, my wife founded the Rescue American Native Animals, and so she has an animal shelter, and we will soon have a full-time veterinarian working in that facility, and I will work with him offering the high pH and the B17 therapy to animals with cancer, and the goal is to have a great success with them as well. So there you go, we finished. We might have just touched over an hour, I'm not sure, but I hope you enjoyed the presentation. It's my goal to bring you a lot of detailed presentations over to 2023, and look forward to meeting you, to helping you, discussing your case, and if we can help you, the steps you'll need to take to get here, and the information we need to do an assessment, which is quite simple. Always get all of your blood tests for the last 12 months, scan results, reports, ultrasounds. We will do a lot more blood tests than you've probably had. When you arrive here, we will confirm your findings and see if there's anything else that's out, including amino acid checking. And yep, and the other thing that often gets asked is it possible to have surgery here? Yes, it is. We can organize surgery within a couple of days. We have an oncologist surgeon who is amazing, does great work. And if we both agree, it's very rare that is the case, but if we both agree in the particular case, it's better to have a cancer removed. Yes, we can do that, and we can do it quickly, within a week. You can have an appointment the day you arrive or the day after you arrive, and then we can schedule the appointment for that. The people wonder the cost of surgery. Surgeries between, it depends, of course, what the surgery is, but between 10, 20 to 30,000. It's probably 10% of what it would cost in the US with amazing work. We haven't had anything over 27,000, so you'll see in documentation I quote 27,750. But we have had people have breasts removed and beautiful work, amazing. The little scar that is after the surgery. The guys here, like plastic surgeons, you have a port fitted. If you know what that is, the scars from the US are terrible. And when they do it here, you cannot even see the line. It's like a little thin line where the port is put in. So that's our summary. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I enjoyed bringing it to you. It's been under very noisy circumstances because, like I said, we're on the building site at the moment. It's my last week off in the first week of the new year. And the noise, I hope it doesn't distract you, because at the end of the day, it's the message that you need to receive, not be distracted by something that you thought wasn't perfect. Have a great day. do some research, go to our website, our YouTube channel, look at a lot of videos, learn the right questions to ask, and give us a call. It costs you nothing to schedule a call, to have a consultation, and to see whether we are the right people to work with you and to help you become cancer-free. Whatever you choose, put on the blinkers, go for gold, and find a coach that's going to kick your backside when you don't do things correctly and are going to guide you the right path to become cancer-free. Until next time, like the video, share it with your family, and have a great day. Bye for now. Did I cover everything that was important? Thanks for staying to the full length. It's the most amazing therapy that I'm blessed to have been given the opportunity to firstly learn it, and then the will and determination to get rid of all the side effects to make sure you get a positive result and you don't get sick or have any issues with it. So the people who used to do it, like I mentioned earlier, used to try to do it over 2 weeks, crazy. And what I found is by modifying the amounts, adding other minerals that support your lung, your heart, your liver, amazing the steps over the years, and I keep repeating, the last 3 or 4 years, we almost haven't failed in getting a positive result. It's that amazing. And you don't have to rely on me. The testimonials, the stories, the words from the doctors in that presentation confirmed that they were getting the same results years ago. And so, like this video, share it, and act, because now it's up to you. If you want to beat this thing, you need to act quickly, because every day the cancer is growing. Every day, waiting a month or 2 months for your next scan is ridiculous, and people do that. And I've had people die in that time. Oh, I want to see whether the next scan had shrunk or not from the chemotherapy. Listen, it's everything's your choice. It's your life. But delaying any delays, this thing, the weaker it gets, the more it grows. So cancer's 21% as strong as a normal cells, and they grow rapid. And the more they get weakened, the faster they grow. And your body's weak too, so your immune system's not protecting you. And you've heard the story. People can die from other problems. They can die from catching a cold because their immune system's so struck down from doing the chemo or radiation and so on. You can also search online, radiation causes other cancers. So there's so many testimonials of people who became cancer-free only to find out they had a cancer caused by the radiation. In some places, they sign and tell you this is palliative. Palliative meaning they're doing it to improve your quality of life because you're going to die. And the palliativeness is to reduce pain, to stop it causing you to become a paraplegic if it's in the spine, and so on. But it's palliative. It's not going to cure it. It will probably cause more cancers elsewhere in your body within a period of time. So keep all of those things in mind. Write down those questions for your oncologist if you're choosing that path, because you need to have all the facts, and that's important. We have a video of what is the most important questions to ask your oncologist. There's so many videos online, but this is the new ones for 2023, and I'm going to try to give you the most up-to-date, powerful information. So please like, share, comment below. What did you like about the video, and what do you think I missed that I should put in the next video? I think they're important things because I want to help you. Until we catch up, until you make the move, book a call. Have a great day. God bless, and bye for now.
Cancer researcher, Dr. Pablo has spent years researching the research on cancer therapies. Many specialists are using one alternative therapy or another, when traditional therapies have failed. Vitamin B17 and vitamin C in high doses are common. Macrophage activating factor, autoimmunotherapy is available, but not internationally. High pH therapy is exclusively available at Atlantis Health Retreat. We combine the above and more when designing your personalized program. We then add hyperbaric oxygen, detoxing and relaxation massages, and a whole lot more. The best way to explain this program is 2 + 2 in this case equals 10 out of 10. We understand time is always of the essence, and have a philosophy to leave no stone unturned. Go to our website link below to learn more. Exclusively available at Atlantis Health Retreat.
As medical professionals, we have always been fascinated by the power of the will to live. The will to live is a force within all of us to fight for survival when our lives are threatened by a disease such as cancer. The biology of a cancer, unknown to most people, sends a poison called nagalase that puts your immune system and macrophage to sleep. These events were beyond our control. Macrophages sleeping is the start to fast growth and metastases of cancers in our bodies. The good news is that at Atlantis Health Retreat, we offer a GC-MAF reactivation therapy that at first, wakes up your microphage and second, mixes with vitamin D and makes more microphage naturally in our blood. This is one step in giving you the upper hand in your battle against serious diseases like cancer. So what is GC-MAF? It is macrophage activating factor. Macrophages are naturally in your blood and are the immune system's front line of protection. They are continually roaming the body looking for cells that are not normal, weak, or sick. GC-MAF, glycoprotein macrophage activating factor, is a naturally occurring protein found in the human body that activates macrophages. It comes from colostrum, mother's milk. GC-MAF is therefore a replacement therapy for those who can't make their own GC-MAF because of the cancer's poison, called nagalase. Taking GC-MAF kick-starts your body, and is one of 10 amazing therapies we use to fight cancer without chemotherapy and radiation. Do you learn more about Atlantis Health Retreat GC-MAF replacement therapy? Visit our website and book a free consultation today at www.atlantishealthretreat.com.
GC-MAF is used for the activation of your own microphage. It is made from colostrum, mother's milk. GC is the protein name and the MAF stands for macrophage activating factor. Microphages are found in your blood and float around and absorb all bad and faulty cells they find. They also clean up damaged and unhealthy tissue. You see evidence of them when you have a cold out of your nose or bruise yourself. The yellowing is the microphage cleaning up in that area. So our bodies are amazing, aren't they? Many things affect the production of these naturally occurring friends in the blood. Surgery, cancer, accidents, falling, parasite and viruses, vaccines, all illnesses to name a few can tax your body and cause levels to become very low. We have 14-day holiday programs to boost your body's immune system. To learn more on how to improve the frontline defense of your immune system, visit Atlantis Health Retreat, special offers.